Hello everyone, I'm Player One and today I bring a first impressions review of Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration edition for the PS4. If you like this review, please subscribe and check out some of the other videos available, including the full review of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Alright, let's get right to it. Right off the bat, you are met with a beautiful game. In the 6 or so hours I spent with the game so far, I have been surprised how great everything looks. Although the Definitive Edition was stunning, you can see a difference here, at least on the surface. Another thing that you will realize right away is that yes, the story at first seems like a rehash of Uncharted 2 or Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. Crystal Dynamics is not ashamed to blatantly demonstrate they have been significantly influenced by the Uncharted series, but this is not necessarily a bad thing, and Lara stands on her own, especially in this game. A couple new mechanics are immediately present within the game. For example, now you level up your archaeology skills to be able to decipher ancient writings. Now there is a focus on gathering specific supplies like berries to heal or mushrooms to make poison that was not present in the original. I don't necessarily love this, but do admit it adds a new dynamic for those that are interested. Backtracking is still available for you, which is something I really enjoyed from its predecessor. There also seems to be more tombs available this time around, which is a plus, as they tend to have fun environmental puzzles that are rewarding to complete. One huge improvement from the previous games are the cinematics. If you guys checked out my review on Tomb Raider, you will hear me mention that I did not like the QuickTime events during cinematics, as I felt they took away from the experience of me just soaking everything in. Well, right off the bat, I appreciate the focus on cinematics as a way to augment the story's progression while getting rid of the gimmicky QTEs. They're still present, but in the right places. The combat is as good as ever. Here is one facet of gameplay that I feel really demonstrates the difference from Uncharted. I love the feel and sound of the weapons. The gunplay is butter smooth and the different setups keep the fighting interesting. Just like before, stealth is often an option worth taking, although not necessary. Also, you can run at will. That's right. For some reason, big AAA third-person games have been leaving this simple but essential feature out for years. The PS4 version of Rise of the Tomb Raider comes with all existing DLC and some new things like PSVR support and a short new story-focused chapter. The big addition most people have heard about and are most interested in is probably Laura's Nightmare. In this mode, you fight through zombie-like creatures in a wave-like fashion. This is probably the most disappointing aspect of the package for me. It basically feels like a repackaged Resident Evil 5 in a game where this type of combat is not really the focus. But it's there, and I think most people will play it for a bit and walk away. Endurance mode is fun with someone else and gives you even more content to comb through. The DLC costumes are cool accessories to have, although it takes a surprising amount of time to load the different costumes. Lastly, I want to mention one nasty crash I had where the game froze for about 4 minutes, to then crash to the blue screen typical of hard crashes on the PS4. As I continued to play, I ran into a few more glitches and one more crash that wasn't as bad as before. This was a bit disappointing as I didn't see these issues in the previous game. Okay, so what's the verdict? Well, this seems to be a great game. With about half of the game behind me, I can say I'm really enjoying it. I think it builds on its predecessor well, although it does tend to visit much of the same material. Yes, there will be endless comparisons with the Uncharted series, and although not completely unwarranted, Lara Croft stands as a unique character who is a blast to watch and play as. Should you pay full price for this game? Although I don't tend to recommend buying games on release day because sales tend to happen so quickly, I think for those who really want to get their hands on it, won't feel cheated or disappointed paying full price, or less if you buy it from Amazon or Best Buy with the Gamers Club unlocked. Of course, that's with the caveat that Black Friday sales are just around the corner, so if you can hold out, you'll get an even greater deal for a game that is rich with content and very fun to play. Alright, so this is a brief review of my first impressions with the Rise of the Tomb Raider. Please let me know what you think below, and feel free to check out some of our other videos up on the channel. Thanks for watching.